Let's just see if we can spot any easy trades. We've not got, well, let's put some vol in it as well. Okay, so just using the easy generation process, can you start seeing possible trades? That's the main thing, isn't it? Well, the kind of trade I'm looking for using that type of frequency generation is this sell trade area here. You can see that there's a very, very nice looking kind of a market makers phase coming in here. The VAR's starting to come out. I like the top edge. I'm going to have to find that trade somewhere, right? I'm going to have to find a sell trade somewhere in that. That's got to be a trade, hasn't it? It's got to be. If I look elsewhere for other trades, I like the possibility of a buy trade somewhere in here at 1300 hours. It's just not quite discounted enough. I like the buy trade here at 1343. Yeah. I like the buy trade here at 1343. That looks like a real possible goer. So really two trades stand out to me during that period. Two trades. So the sell trade up here, the buy trade here stand out. Those are the trades I would be interested in. You can see that this was red when this candle formed there, but it is rising. So you'd have to be really, really careful with that candle, right? You'd have to be really careful with that trade there. So it's right on the data. It looks like it's a sell trade, but it's right on the data. Okay, so we'd have to be careful with that one. So we can obviously look at that and see if it does any good business. Let's take a look. And you can see obviously that that sell trade area was that tested high up here with value divergent, gave us a nice short sell coming in there. That sell trade was the data sell and the price drops. And that buy trade is actually a very good buy trade as well, wasn't it? Nice. Noise. So that's in a recent interview. 76 evens, guys. Woo-woo! Hold on to your hats. Inflation is coming back in buckets. Well, we kind of knew that this would be the case, guys, didn't we? No, yes, we bloody well did know that this was going to be the case, did we not? How did I know that this was going to come in? Because I saw oil going up today? No, well, we called out oil was going to be bid to 75.5. So, oil traders. Last night, why was I calling 75.5 oil last night? I want to see who's got the street smarts. Why did I call 75.50 oil last night? Supply and demand was one element. What was the other one? There's two main elements. Supply and demand in terms of the swap dealers. What was the other one? Wasn't it Dixie? But obviously, normally I do look at the Dixie to get a storyline on that one, but because of the European inflation, it wasn't really that important to me on this occasion. Ulrich, right on the point. It was yesterday's bullish linkers. Who didn't look at yesterday's bullish linkers for a buy on oil? We've shown this chart a lot. You can see that the linkers have been rising strongly. Yesterday's oil dropped. When the linkers rallied, I would be very interested in getting long oil and dips, yeah? Just like we were very interested in getting long oil on this drop down into day session, swing session lows, right there. So when we see the linker coming in, bullish, we know that we want to be trying to be long inflation products. As a rule, that means that we're trying to be long oil. So if we can get long oil into that as a storyline, we really, really want to do it. And that means that the 2-year yields are way too cheap in here. So I would rather be heavy short sell bonds. I've made a lot of money on the short sell on bonds today. So this big macro chart gives me a lot of information, even on a 1-minute narrative basis. Just like we talked about this morning on our, on our equities, when we talked about that big stickiness at the top edge in July. We'll certainly be talking about these big views of the market at some stage today, because it's really, really important that you don't pass up on the information that the long-term stories can give us, because these are the stories that the big banks in the world are using. Not what's happening on that 1 minute chart, not what's happening on that 30-second chart, but what is happening on this chart for those big 10,000 lot trade positions. If we don't know what's happening on this chart, we're not going to understand properly what's happening on these 1 minute, 5 minute chart narratives. So when I was buying oil last night, it wasn't just because of this, because we did see a strong linker sell for the day before, which was justified. That big drop there was justified. Sorry, a big sell on the swaps. But when I see the swaps are divergent bullish and the linkers are bullish at the close yesterday, I don't think this is going to be a difficult buy trade for me today if I can get a discount price. If, and that's a big if I can get a discount price. Well, you can see DEX holding above this 450 to 475, Paul. It's holding above that price, okay? So by December, we're now looking at this as another two cuts by December. So 3 cuts on the year. 3 cuts on the year so far.